Hey y'all, so today I'm going to be doing another Media of the Moment video. Media of the Moment is a series that I started on my channel where I basically just talk to you about all the media I'm consuming, all the stuff I'm reading, watching, listening to, all that stuff gets talked about in this series. Apologies for all of the lighting shifts in this video. The lighting was so good when I started and then the clouds came and now they're just all over the place. So it's going to be light and dark and sorry. And per usual, I'm going to be starting with the stuff that I am currently reading, which at the very moment is not very much, but in a few days it will be. So I really haven't been reading very much since the booktubeathon ended. I started The Secret History by Donna Tartt and I got 50 pages in and I'm liking it so far, but I just kind of haven't been in a reading mood again. And I think that I'm also starting to get out of the mood for this. So I might put this down mostly because I'm going to be starting a reading challenge next week. So by the time that this video is posted, it will probably have already started, but I'm going to be participating in the reading quest. I will leave a link up in the cards to the video that I did talking about my TBR for that. It's a super cool reading challenge where you basically maneuver your way around the board by completing challenges and you pick a character, and it's just really cool. And I'm really excited to participate because once again, I've been in a little bit of a reading slump since the booktubeathon ended, and challenges are a great way to get me back in the mood to read. I haven't decided where I'm starting in my TBR. Obviously, like I said in that TBR video, I am going to be doing the mage path first, but there are 5 challenges on the mage path and there are also the side quests that I can do, so I honestly don't know where I'm starting in that path. I might start with Rebel Angels by Liva Bray because I want to continue the Gemma Doyle trilogy. That's a side quest. I've also been considering starting with Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas because I've been wanting to do an As I Read style video, and I'm planning on doing that with my bandwagoning YA series, and this is one of those books for that series, so maybe this one, we'll see. So that's what I'm doing in terms of reading stuff. I don't know where I'm going from there. It'll all depend on what mood I'm in and what challenges I want to complete after that. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to music. And this is probably gonna be the bulk of the video because I've been getting into a lot of new music lately and I've just been obsessing over stuff. So in my last one of these videos, I talked about how I really got into Infinite, the K-pop group, in like May and June, and they were kind of my gateway drug into the world of K-pop, and now I just can't stop. That was not supposed to rhyme. I really hate that I rhymed there. Anyway, because of Infinite and by extension The Genius, which is what got me into Infinite, I have been getting into a lot of new K-pop music, and although there are only 2 groups that I really love, I've listened to a whole bunch of other groups. Obviously, Infinite is one of those 2 groups, but the other one that I've gotten completely obsessed with and fallen in love with is GOT7. It was honestly a kind of happy accident because I kept seeing GOT7 videos pop up in the recommended sidebar when I was watching Infinite videos, and eventually I just clicked because I was curious. And I actually watched a couple of their music videos back in June and I never got around to watching any more, and then in July I just completely got obsessed. This is actually a good point to bring up the fact that I did an entire blog post about my top 10 favorite songs of July, basically just the songs that I had on repeat all throughout July, and GOT7 was on there quite a bit. And the song by them that I've completely fallen in love with is If You Do, which I do really love, but like it's almost more of like really oddly satisfying. Like it's possibly the most oddly satisfying song I've ever heard, and that's the best way I can describe it. Like just something about the way that the lyrics and the music fit together in both the verse and in the chorus, and then when they have their dance practice and their feet are stomping on the floor right in rhythm with the lyrics, it's just so oddly satisfying, like 10 times more oddly satisfying than any oddly satisfying compilation on YouTube. And because I've gotten so obsessed with GOT7, I've also been very closely following the JJ Project comeback, which I'm obsessed with. I love the entire vibe of the comeback, and Tomorrow Today is such a jam, and Jin Young is my favorite member of both groups, and I'm obsessed. I love it. And just like with Infinite, as much as I love their music and it's so good, I've fallen in love with them more as people than anything else because like they're such dorks and they're so like hilarious, and I just love them. Like I said, Jin Young is my favorite member. I love him. I also love Mark, and how can you not love Jackson? He's so extra, but he's also such a sweetheart. But honestly, I love every single member for different reasons. All 7 of them are great. So yeah, I've completely fallen in love with GOT7. They're absolutely amazing. Those are the only two groups that I've gotten like completely obsessed with, but there are a lot of other groups that I'm noticing a pattern with where I like a lot of their songs, so I wouldn't be surprised if I was like fully in love with them a month from now. The biggest standout for me is EXO. I have really enjoyed pretty much every single EXO song I've listened to. Growl is one of my favorite K-pop songs that I've heard, and I've just fallen in love with a ton of their songs, so I wouldn't be surprised if this time next month like EXO was also up there with Infinite and GOT7. I've also really enjoyed a ton of BTS songs. I've really liked a lot by Block B and Pentagon, and I have a real love-hate relationship with Big Bang. Like, there are some songs that I really love, some that I really don't, and then Bang 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 in the middle somewhere where I love it and hate it simultaneously. Another group that I've really liked so far is 17. I've only listened to a few of their songs, but I've liked all 3 of them that I've listened to. So yeah, we're literally a week into August, and I don't know how on earth I'm going to be able to make a top 10 list of songs for August because there are like 30 that I'm already blasting constantly. I also need to listen to some more Day 6 because my absolute favorite genre of music ever is pop punk. That's what I've loved since junior high, and Day 6 and also FT Island, I believe is the group's name. Both of those groups are kind of along the pop punk lines while still being a K-pop group, so I'm definitely curious to check out those groups. Other than that, there are only a few other groups that I've really listened to several songs from. I've liked a lot of Super Junior songs, I've liked some Blackpink songs. What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing another group. I'm definitely gonna remember it after I finish filming, but I feel like that's like the main ones that I've been really listening to are those groups that I already named. So moving on to the stuff that I've been watching, which is pretty predictable at this point. First of all, Big Brother. I keep up with Big Brother over the summer, and I've been keeping up with Big Brother over the summer. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in my last video, and I definitely mentioned it last summer, but I'm still a Paul stan. I love Paul. He's definitely like my type of character on the show. Like, the alternative dude is always the guy I root for unless they're just really terrible, and I love Paul. I get it, a lot of people are complaining that it's really boring because he's literally just manipulating everyone, but he's manipulating everyone, and I love every second of it. He tells them to bark, they bark. Literally. An actual thing that happened is he told his dogs to bark, and one of the people in the game actually barked like a dog. Also, him ordering Josh around and Josh banging the pans together is hilarious to me. I know that it comes off as really obnoxious to a lot of people, but I think it's really funny. Although I believe he's now been banned from the pans because he basically destroyed them by just banging them together and singing all day, so that's kind of sad, but it was a good run. He'll find something else to be annoying with. So other than Big Brother, honestly, the only other thing I've really been watching is a lot of GOT7 stuff. The other day I finished watching all of their Hard Carry show, and now I'm making my way through the Real GOT7 series, and both of those are great. I just love watching these 7 dorks just be really silly, and I love them. Like I said, that's pretty much all I'm watching. However, I am going to visit Sarah over the weekend, and we're probably gonna watch something else. We talked about watching the 13 Reasons Why series on Netflix because she's already seen it and I have not, so that's definitely a possibility. And anytime we're together, we always watch RuPaul's Drag Race, so that'll probably get watched at some point. Probably something from seasons 4 through 6, knowing us. So moving on to the last category, which is podcasts that I've been listening to. Per usual, this has not changed in like over a year. I'm listening to Rob Has a Podcast. I always listen to Rob Has a Podcast and all of its affiliate podcasts. I listen to it basically every day, whether it's live after Big Brother or whether it's the morning update. I listen to Rob Has a Podcast pretty much every day. And also, one of the guys from Rob Has a Podcast has released his own podcast called The Taryn Show, and I've been listening to that over the past few weeks as well. Long story short, my entire summer has basically been about Big Brother and K-pop. So now that I've gotten through all this stuff that I've been consuming, I want to talk very briefly about like what I've been doing as far as this and my blog and my writing and all that kind of stuff. And honestly, it's been a little bit slow. I've been trying to work on stuff, but I've been feeling like really uninspired over the past couple weeks for some reason. It's like I want to work on stuff, but I just have no idea what I want to work on, and because of that, I just kind of sit and try to figure out what I want to do, and then I just sit a lot. So I'm really not getting anything done. I'm just wanting to get stuff done and not knowing what I want to do. So I'm trying to figure that out. Hopefully I will very soon. The writing's been a little bit slow too. I have been working on my outline mostly. I'm almost done. I'm working on Act 3 of my outline, so hopefully that'll be done sometime before classes start soon. So hopefully. I don't know what else to update y'all on. I think that's pretty much it. I did get my tragus pierced though, so that's kind of like a cool thing, I guess. I don't know. I think it's cool, I like it. Another fun fact is that Ice Cream Cake by Red Velvet and Whistle by Blackpink have been alternating being stuck in my head throughout this entire video, and I can't get them out of my head. They're so catchy. So I think that's about it for this video. As always, I will leave links down in the description to my blog, Twitter, and Goodreads. Please add me as a friend on Goodreads. I would love to be friends with all of you. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.